Liam stood still at the edge of the open hall, trying not to look out of place. The ceilings were high and the lights were soft, glowing like stars trapped in glass. He had only arrived 2 days ago on Veltari, a planet full of mystery and silence. His job was clear serve as a human language assistant and help build stronger ties between Earth and the Virulons. But no one told him how quiet everything would feel. Even the walls seemed to breathe slowly here. The Virulons were tall and graceful, with smooth skin that shimmered faintly under the lights. Their eyes were large, deep, and filled with unreadable emotions. They rarely spoke aloud, using slow gestures and short words. Liam found it beautiful and hard. He missed Earth's noise, its laughter, even the awkward small talk. But today, something changed. He saw her from across the room. She moved like music. Her long silver blue dress floated with each step, as if made of soft wind. Others around her made way without a word. She didn't look at anyone until her eyes landed on him. She paused. Her gaze didn't break. Liam swallowed nervously. Part of him wanted to look away. Part of him couldn't. Her face was calm, but not cold. There was something else in her look. Curiosity? Recognition? She began walking toward him, her steps quiet. As snow, Liam's heart thumped louder with every step she took. When she stopped in front of him, they were close enough to hear each other's breath. Neither spoke. He realized he didn't even know her name. Still, he smiled and said softly, "Your dress. It's beautiful." She blinked slowly. For a long second, she said nothing. Then her hand lifted gently. Liam froze as her fingers touched. His face, they were cool and light, like rain on warm skin. Her thumb brushed just below his eye. Liam didn't move. He didn't even blink. Her hand stayed there only for a moment. Then she let it fall. She didn't speak. She didn't smile. She just turned and walked away, her silver blue dress flowing behind her like a fading wave. Liam stood frozen. "What just happened?" he whispered to himself. He looked around. A few nearby Virulons had paused too. Some looked surprised. Others exchanged glances and then quickly turned away. No one said a word to him. The rest of the night passed in a blur. Liam couldn't stop thinking about her. He didn't know why her touch felt so strange, so careful, like she was searching for something in him, or remembering something that didn't belong to him at all. Back in his small quarters, Liam tried to sleep. He couldn't. Her touch still burned on his skin, though it hadn't hurt. It felt familiar. He pulled out his datapad and searched. Through the station's files, he typed Virulon Customs, face touching. The results were short and vague. One note said, "Face touch is a rare and personal act used only during high emotional moments." Another warned, "Do not mistake this for affection. Meanings may vary across families or bloodlines." That didn't help. He kept replaying. The moment in his mind. Her face, calm and unreadable. Her fingers on his skin. The soft way she let her hand drop. It didn't feel rude, but it wasn't friendly either. It felt like something else. The next day, Liam asked around about her. He described her to a few human staff on the base. One woman, a technician named Erin, nodded and said, "You're talking about Solari. She's different. High bloodline. She usually doesn't talk to humans." "She didn't talk to me either," Liam said. "But she touched my face." Erin's eyes widened. "She what?" Liam repeated what happened. "Liam," she said slowly, "I don't think you understand. What that means here? I don't understand it either, but it's not normal." He spent the rest of the day walking the halls, hoping to see Solari again. He didn't. But when he returned to his room that night, he found something waiting for him. A folded piece of fabric rested just outside his door. It was silver blue. It's the same dress. Liam picked it up with shaking hands. It felt like soft water. He brought it inside and laid it on the bed. There was no note, no sign of anyone nearby, just the dress. His heart raced. Was this a mistake? Did someone leave it here by accident? Or did Solari leave it on purpose? Why? He sat down and stared at it for a long time. Then quietly he whispered, "What are you trying to tell me?" Outside, the winds of Veltari howled softly across the high towers. Inside, Liam held the dress gently, not knowing that his journey had just begun. Liam didn't sleep much that night. The dress stayed on the edge of his bed, untouched. He couldn't bring himself to fold it again or put it away. It felt wrong, not because it scared him, but because it felt important. By morning, he had more questions than answers. He carried the dress carefully to the station's cultural office. Maybe someone could help him understand. The office was quiet, as usual. A young Virulin male sat behind a desk, his long fingers moving slowly over a tablet. Liam approached, cleared his throat, and said, "I need to understand something." Virulin looked up, then down at the folded fabric in Liam's hands. His eyes widened slightly. "You bring this here?" he asked, voice soft and almost surprised. Liam nodded. "It was left outside my room. I think it belongs to Solari." Virulin stood. He moved around the desk, studying Liam closely. "She gave it to you?" "I don't know," Liam replied honestly. "But she wore it the night I met her. I said it looked beautiful. She touched my face, then walked away. Now this." Up. The Virulin was quiet for a moment, then spoke. "A dress like this is not just fabric. It is made once. It is meant for one memory, or one bond." Liam blinked. "I don't understand. Is it like a gift?" "Not exactly," the Virulin said. "It is more like a message. Silent. It means she remembers, or that she waits." Liam looked down at the dress. Remembers what? The Virulin didn't answer. Instead, he said, "You should speak to the temple elders. They may know more." Confused but willing, Liam followed the directions to the elder chamber. It was deep in the stone part of the base, where the newer metal walls gave way to older carvings and smoother rock. The room smelled of dust and quiet air. Inside, 3 elder Virulins stood in a circle. They looked at Liam when he entered, their eyes calm but strong. "You wear his face?" one of them said suddenly. Liam's heart skipped. Whose face? "The one who saved our people long ago. He was human, like you, brave and full of fire. But his name was never spoken in the records. It was hidden to protect him." Liam stepped closer. "Is this about a pirate attack?" "My brother served here years ago. He never came back." The second elder nodded slowly. He stayed behind. There was a collapse. The tunnel caved in while he helped others escape. "We thought he was gone. But Solari, she never forgot." Liam felt something heavy settle in his chest. He whispered, "So it was him." "She was young then," said the first elder. "She wore this dress for him. Not to give but to keep, until the day his soul returned." Liam looked at the dress again. Now it didn't just feel like cloth. It felt like a memory passed down. "Why give it to me?" he asked. The third elder finally spoke, "Because your voice spoke the same kindness. Your heart is from the same line. It's maybe not by blood, but by spirit." Liam was silent for a while. "I want to talk to her." Elders looked at each other, then nodded. "Double quotes follow the path of air," one said. "She is in the High Garden." The High Garden was quiet and full of slow-moving leaves. Vines hung from the ceiling, glowing faintly with soft blue lights. Liam found Solari sitting near a small pond, her back straight, hands resting in her lap. He didn't speak at first. He sat down beside her on the stone bench. For a long time, they said nothing. Just the sound of the garden around them. Then Liam finally asked, "Was it him? My brother?" Solari turned her head slightly. She didn't smile, but her eyes softened. "He stayed," she said quietly. "When others ran, he turned back." Liam nodded. "That sounds like him. I was trapped," she added. He lifted the stone. "Pulled me free then. The roof fell." Liam closed his eyes. "We never knew what happened. No one told us." "I waited," she whispered. "The dress was for memory, never to wear again." Looked at her gently. "Got it. So why did you wear it that night?" Solari paused. "I heard your voice. You walked like him, stood like him, when you said those words. I felt something move. I didn't mean anything by it," Liam said honestly. "I just thought it was beautiful." Did he? She said. They sat in silence again. Then Scifi looked at him carefully. You carry more than his face. Liam gave her the dress. I think this belongs with you. She shook her head. No, it found the one it was waiting for. But I'm not him, Liam whispered. No, she said. But his memory walks. With you, that is enough. A soft wind blew through the garden. The lights shimmered above them. What now? Liam asked. Scylla stood slowly. You must go to the ancient core. The truth is there. Your brother left something behind. Liam stood too. Then I'll find it. As they walked side by side, Liam realized the silence between them wasn't cold anymore. It felt full, like words weren't needed. Not yet. The path to the ancient core was long, hidden deep beneath the city's main tower. Liam had to pass through old tunnels, carved long ago by the first builders of Veltari. Haihu moved ahead of him without fear. Even in silence, she seemed sure of every step. Her calm gave him strength. The deeper they went, the cooler the air became. Soft blue lights lit the walls, but shadows still danced in the corners. Liam glanced around, feeling a quiet pressure in the air. It wasn't danger, it was memory. Like the walls still remembered what happened here. After nearly an hour, they reached a round chamber. The ceiling was shaped like a dome, and strange. Symbols glowed faintly all around it. In the center was a raised platform. On it stood a thin device, silent but alive. It looked old but not broken. This is the memory gate, Scifi said gently. Only the chosen can open it. Liam stepped closer. The moment his foot touched the stone ring around the platform, the device lit up. Light spread like waves, filling the chamber. Scifi didn't move. She just watched. A hologram appeared. It's not just lines and shapes. This was clear and real. Liam saw a young man standing on the platform. His breath caught. It's him, he whispered. That's my brother. The hologram showed a man with the same eyes as Liam, the same voice, but older and stronger. He was dressed in old human uniform, dusty and worn. The recording began to speak. If you're seeing this, the image said, then she remembered. Liam felt his throat tighten. My name is Ethan. I stayed behind during the collapse. I had no choice, but it was worth it. She was just a child but brave. I knew she'd survive. And I knew someday someone like me would come back. Liam stood frozen, barely breathing. This place holds more than memories, Ethan's image continued. It holds a choice. The device responds only to those with the same bloodline or the same heart. Ethan smiled gently. If she gave you the dress, that means she trusts you. That means you're ready. The light dimmed and the platform began to shift. A hidden panel opened beside it. Inside was a small crystal cube. Scifi walked forward and took it carefully. This holds the last message, she said softly. From him to you. Liam nodded slowly. Then let's hear it. Scifi placed the cube into the base of the device. It glowed bright, and Ethan's face returned this time, softer. Liam, he said. I hoped it would be you. Liam's chest tightened. Tears filled his eyes. I'm sorry I never came home, Ethan said, but I had to protect them. And Scifi, she reminded me why peace matters. She's strong, Liam, kinder than most, will ever understand, and she believes in something bigger. The image leaned closer. If she chose you, then trust her, walk with her, protect her. Not as a soldier, but as a bridge. The recording faded. Liam stood there for a long time, eyes fixed on the spot where his brother's face had been. I never got to say goodbye, he said quietly. Scifi stepped closer. He spoke your name with hope. Not goodbye. They left the chamber in silence, the memory still fresh, still glowing in Liam's heart. Back at the main building, the elders met with Liam again. The crystal cube had changed everything. Now believed Liam had a place in their future, just as his brother had shaped their past. The first elder spoke. Your brother protected our people with his life. Now you carry his light and her trust. The second added, we wish to begin open ties with Earth again, through you. Liam didn't answer right away.
Ow.
His eyes turned to Solari. She stood nearby, watching him calmly, but her eyes held something deeper now. Not just memory expectation. Not a hero, Liam said slowly. I don't know how to lead. The third elder smiled softly. You don't need to lead. You need to listen and walk forward. That evening, Liam sat alone near the garden pool. The water was still. Reflections of the tower lights danced like stars on its surface. Sylari sat beside him without a word. I saw his face, Liam said quietly. It's strange, he didn't seem afraid. He wasn't, she replied. He believed in people. Liam looked at her. Why did you wait all this time? Solari took a slow breath. Because I knew one day the dress would find its voice again. Is it really just a dress? He asked. She turned her head. No, it was a promise. Not to him, but to the one who came after. Right. Liam felt the weight of her words. It's not heavy. Just real. Then maybe it's time I learn what it really means. Solari reached into her sleeve and pulled out a small silver pin. She handed it to him. This belongs with the one who walks between our worlds, she said. Liam took it gently. The symbol on it matched the carvings from the memory gate. I don't know what tomorrow brings, he said honestly. Neither do I, Solari replied, but we'll walk there together. As the stars rose above Veltari, Liam felt something shift inside him. Not just his role, not just his duty, but something warmer, something steady. He didn't need to fill his brother's place. He only needed to walk his own path, and Solari would walk beside him. Liam walked through the garden in the early morning light. The sky above Veltari was soft purple, and the towers glowed with a quiet blue hue. It had been a week since he had seen the memory of his brother in the ancient core. Since then, his life had changed completely. The elders now treated him with quiet respect. The other humans on the station looked at him differently, as if he had become someone else overnight. But he didn't feel like someone special. He just felt chosen, not chosen by power, chosen by memory. Sylari met him near the outer gate of the city. She wore a simple robe now, not the silver-blue dress. Her hair was tied back, and her eyes held calm strength. She didn't speak when he approached. Instead, she handed him a scroll. Liam unrolled it slowly. It showed a map drawn in ancient lines marking a hidden place far from the city, a place called Kareth's Whisper. What is this? He asked. The place where your brother's path ended, she said, where yours must continue. They left together in a small hovercraft, gliding above the rocky hills. The wind outside was cold and dry. Liam didn't speak much during the trip. He was thinking about Ethan, his voice, his smile. The way he had recorded those last messages with such calm. Sylari noticed. You carry him with you, she said. Liam nodded. I keep wondering what he'd say if he saw all this. Say you're not alone, she answered. The hovercraft landed near a narrow canyon. They climbed down by foot. Strange symbols were carved into the stone walls. Liam touched one gently. It pulsed faintly under his fingers, like it was still alive. Zelari guided him to a sealed door covered in thick vines. She knelt beside it and placed her hand on a stone circle. Only two can open this, she said. One from your line and one from mine. Liam stepped forward. He placed his hand on the other circle. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the door lit up and slowly opened. Inside was a small room filled with silence and dust. But in the center stood a pedestal, and on it a metal cube, not glowing. Active. Just waiting. Liam approached it slowly. As he got closer, he noticed something carved into the side. His brother's initials. This is the legacy core, Solari explained. Your brother made it. He built it with our people. It holds both human and Virellan knowledge. Something new, something shared. Liam placed his hand on the cube. It glowed softly. A voice spoke, not Ethan's voice, but a system voice. Legacy link confirmed. Unity key complete. A beam of light shot upward from the cube. It formed images of human technology, blending with Virellan art. Machines powered by emotion. Language shaped by energy. Peace written in symbols both sides could read. SYLARE stepped. Beside him, this is what he dreamed of, she said. Not just survival, but understanding. Liam turned to her. And now it's ours to protect. They spent hours inside the chamber reading the data, recording copies, and linking the legacy cube to the main station. Once activated, it would allow humans and Virulons to access shared history, tools, and wisdom as they prepared to leave. Liam noticed a sealed box behind the pedestal. He opened it carefully. Inside was a small human badge, his brother's, and beneath it, a note written by hand. Liam, if you're reading this, I didn't make it out, but I want you to know. I was. Never alone. They gave me hope when everything felt lost. Scifi will remember. Trust her. Walk with her. She's stronger than you know. And Liam, don't just follow my steps. Make your own. Love. Ethan. Liam sat down quietly, holding the note. He always knew I'd come, he said softly. He didn't know Scifi said he believed. They left the chamber together, the sun setting behind the canyon walls. That evening, back at the city, the legacy cube was installed into the heart of the station. Elders, citizens, and visiting humans gathered around as the system came to life. A single symbol appeared on the screen, a blend of two shapes, a human hand and a virulent eye, side by side. This is our new beginning, the elder announced. Liam didn't stand in front of the crowd. He stood beside Scifi, quietly watching. When the ceremony ended, Scifi and Liam walked into the garden once more. The stars had started to shine. Do you miss Earth? She asked. Sometimes, Liam said, but this place feels like it needed me, and maybe I needed it too. She looked at him carefully. Do you understand the dress now? I think so, he answered. It wasn't a gift. It was a message. And what did it say? She asked softly. Liam smiled, said, remember me. And now I do. Scifi touched his face again, gentle, silent. Then she let her hand fall. But this time, Liam caught it before it dropped completely, and neither of them said a word. Liam woke early that morning, the soft light of Veltari spilling through his window. The days had grown warmer as spring slowly crept over the city. Today was different, could feel it in his bones. A change was coming. He dressed quickly and made his way to the central plaza where Scifi was already waiting. She stood tall and calm, her eyes watching the crowd slowly gather. Humans and Virulons mingled quietly, sharing glances and whispers. The elders had called for a meeting, chance to celebrate the new alliance between their worlds. Liam's heart raced. This was more than a ceremony. It was a promise, a step toward peace. As the crowd grew, Scifi took his hand gently. Liam looked down, surprised by the touch. Her skin was cool, but firm. Today, she said softly, we walk forward together. Elder stepped forward and spoke in both languages. Our worlds have been apart for too long. Today we unite not as separate races, but as one future. Liam watched as the legacy cube symbol appeared above them, shining link between human and Virulon culture. After the speech, Scifi led Liam to a quiet corner of the plaza. She pulled the silver-blue dress from a small bag. I want you to wear this, she said. Liam blinked. Me. She nodded. It is no longer just mine. It is a symbol of trust, of shared memory. Hesitant, but honored, Liam took the dress. As he slipped it over his clothes, a strange warmth spread through him. The fabric seemed to breathe. Crowd watched quietly as he walked beside Scifi, both wearing robes that blended their two cultures. Whispers rose, but no one stopped them. They reached the edge of the plaza, where an ancient tree stood, symbol of life and growth for Veltari. Scifi reached up and touched a low-hanging branch. This tree has witnessed centuries of silence, she said. But today it will witness something new. Liam looked around. The people waited in silence, eyes shining with hope. Then Scifi touched his face gently. Liam's breath caught. But this time, when she let her hand fall, he didn't let go. Instead, he held her hand in his. Their eyes met. No words were needed. It was a moment of understanding, of connection. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the sky turned deep orange and purple. Liam and Solari stood together. Bound by memory and choice, the dress fluttered softly in the breeze. Later that night, Liam sat by the garden pond thinking about everything that had happened. The dress rested beside him, folded carefully. Solari joined him silently, sitting close. "Do you think your brother would be proud?" Liam asked. She smiled softly. "Trusted you. That is more than pride." Liam looked at her. "Sometimes I feel like I'm living in his shadow." "Are not?" Solari said firmly. "You walk your own path. Then why'd you wear the dress that night?" "To see if the memory still lived," she replied. "To see if the bond was true." Liam reached out and took her hand again. "It is." Their fingers intertwined, warm and steady. "There is more to come," Solari said quietly. "It is only the beginning." Liam nodded. "I'm ready." Outside, the stars shone brighter than ever, and Liam finally felt at home. The city of Veltari was quiet in the early morning, wrapped in soft mist. Liam and Solari stood on the balcony of the Elder Tower, looking out over the vast landscape. The new alliance was growing stronger with each passing day. Humans and Virulans worked side by side, sharing knowledge, culture, and hope. Liam held the silver-blue dress carefully in his hands. It no longer felt like just cloth. It was a symbol of trust, memory, and a promise to the future. "Do you remember the first time you wore this dress?" Solari asked softly. Liam smiled. "How could I forget? You touched my face, and then you let your hand fall, without a word." Solari looked at him with quiet eyes. That moment was the beginning. Silence can speak louder than words. Liam nodded. "And now we understand each other without speaking. It's strange and beautiful." Their peaceful moment was broken by the sound of footsteps below. The elders approached, their faces calm but serious. "Liam, Solari," the head elder began, "the council wishes to meet with you. There are important decisions to be made." They followed the elders into a large chamber filled with leaders from both worlds. The air was thick with anticipation. "Our peoples have come far," the council leader said. "But threats remain outside our borders. We must prepare together." Liam felt the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. He glanced at Solari, who gave a small nod. "We will stand united," Liam said firmly. "We will protect what we have built." After the meeting, Solari took Liam's hand. "There is something you must see." She led him through winding corridors to a hidden room. Inside was a map of the galaxy, dotted with stars and markings. "This is where danger gathers," she explained. "Pirates, warlords, and forgotten enemies." Liam studied the map. "We can't fight them alone, no," Solari agreed. "But together, we have a chance." They spent days planning, gathering resources, and building alliances. Liam's knowledge of human tactics, combined with Solari's understanding of Virulan technology, created powerful strategies. As weeks passed, the bond between them grew stronger. They shared stories of Earth and Veltari, dreams and fears. One evening under the twin moons, Solari touched Liam's face again. This time, she smiled. "Your touch is no longer a test," she whispered. "It is a promise." Liam took her hand and held it tightly, "and I will keep that promise." The first battle came quickly. Hostile ships appeared near Veltari's orbit, threatening the station and its people. Liam and Solari stood on the command deck, watching as their fleet prepared to defend their home. "Remember," Solari said, "we fight for peace." The battle was fierce but brief. Their combined forces, strengthened by trust and unity, pushed back the attackers. Victory was theirs. As the dust settled, Liam looked at Solari with pride. "We did this together," she nodded, "because we believed." Months later, peace returned. The alliance between humans and Virulans became a beacon in the galaxy, showing that different worlds could stand as one. Liam and Solari's story spread. inspiring others to seek understanding beyond words, and through it all, the silver blue dress remained a silent reminder of the day. A simple compliment and a gentle touch changed everything.